In the early 1900s, Oscarville, Georgia, was a thriving black community. It had black-owned farms, schools, and businesses. But in 1912, everything changed. White mobs stormed the town, burning homes, lynching residents, and forcing the entire black population to flee. Today, Oscarville no longer exists because it was covered by water. Oscarville was home to hard-working black families who had built a self-sufficient community. They farmed the land, ran successful businesses, and created a life free from white control. But to the white residents of Forsyth County, Oscarville's success was a threat. All it took was one accusation to destroy everything. In 1912, a white woman named May Crow was found unconscious near the woods. She later died, and white residents immediately blamed 3 young black men. Despite no evidence, they were arrested. A mob stormed the jail, dragging one of the men out and lynching him. The others were quickly convicted in a sham trial and executed. But the white mobs weren't finished. After the executions, white mobs turned their rage toward Oscarville. Armed men surrounded the town, setting fire to homes, churches, and businesses. Black families were forced to flee for their lives. Anyone who resisted was beaten or killed. By morning, Oscarville was abandoned, its once thriving black community completely erased. Decades later, in the 1950s, the U.S. government built Lake Lanier over the land where Oscarville once stood. They claimed it was for hydroelectric power, but many believe it was a way to bury the town's violent history. Today, Lake Lanier is known for unexplained drownings and eerie legends. But beneath its waters lies the truth of what happened to Oscarville. Forsyth County remained a whites-only area for decades. The few black residents who tried to return faced threats and violence. For years, the massacre was left out of history books. Even today, many don't know that beneath the surface of Lake Lanier rests the remains of a black town that was never meant to be forgotten. The story of Oscarville is a reminder of how black success was met with destruction. It also shows how history can be buried, literally. But the truth of Oscarville and Lake Lanier is coming to light, reminding us that justice starts with remembering. The question remains, how many more stories like this have been lost to time?